A goal got disallowed at this World Cup because of something that happened 12 seconds and one touch before it even happened. Sweden's Svanberg scored the fastest substitute goal in World Cup history, ruled out. Not because a linesman raised a flag, because a sensor inside the ball recalculated the exact millisecond a teammate touched it. Weeks of human officiating experience replaced by data nobody in the stadium could even see happening. So how does a piece of technology inside a soccer ball actually outthink a referee? Let's break it down. First, the ball itself. The official ball this tournament is the Adidas Trionda, and it's not just a ball anymore. It's got a sensor built into its core, developed with a company called Kinexon, and that sensor fires off data 500 times every single second. In theory, that sounds like overkill for tracking a ball. In practice, it solves the single hardest problem in offside calls, figuring out the exact instant the ball leaves a player's foot. Cameras are great at tracking position. They're historically terrible at nailing that one precise millisecond of contact. Here's where it gets interesting. The ball isn't working alone. Every stadium is loaded with around a dozen high-speed cameras, and those cameras use AI to track 29 separate points on every single player's body. Knees, elbows, toes, all of it, 50 times per second. Before the tournament even started, every one of the 1,248 players got a full-body scan, so the system isn't guessing at a generic stick figure shape anymore. It's working off your actual body. So you've got a ball broadcasting 500 data points a second and cameras tracking 29 points on every player 50 times a second. Combine those two streams and you get something close to a live 3D replica of the entire pitch, updating in real time. This sounds simple. It isn't. Syncing a sensor moving at 500 Hz with camera data running at a different rate across an entire field in real game conditions is a genuinely hard engineering problem. Getting it wrong by even a few milliseconds can move an offside line by half a body length. Now here's an important correction, because this part gets misunderstood constantly. This isn't full GPS tracking beaming from space. It's closer to motion sensors and computer vision working together. An IMU chip inside the ball paired with cameras on the ground. Same result, different tech, and it's not fully automatic either. This is where people get the wrong idea. The system is officially called semi-automated for a reason. It measures position, it measures the kick point. What it does not do is decide whether a player was actually interfering with play, which is still a judgment call. The technology hands the referee evidence, a clean 3D animation in seconds instead of minutes. The human still makes the final call. The robot just stopped wasting everyone's time getting there, which brings us back to Sweden and Tunisia. Svanberg came on, scored 12 seconds later, fastest sub goal in World Cup history, and the goal still got wiped off the board. Why? Because the system traced the play back to the exact moment a teammate touched the ball earlier in the sequence, recalculated the offside line from that precise millisecond, and the on-field call that looked completely normal to every human watching turned out to be wrong. No naked eye could have caught that, not because human refs are bad at their jobs, because that kind of precision was never something human eyes were built to catch in the first place. So here's the takeaway. The 2026 World Cup didn't kill judgment calls in football. It just removed the guesswork from the one part of the game that never needed a human opinion to begin with. Where exactly a player's foot was the instant the ball left it. Everything else, whether contact was deliberate, whether a player gained an unfair advantage, that's still a human deciding, just with much better evidence in front of them. Which leaves an interesting question for the rest of this tournament. If a sensor inside a ball can already catch what no eye in the stadium could see, how long until fans start trusting the data more than the referee standing right next to the play? That goal against Sweden already happened. Follow for the next piece of World Cup tech nobody's fully explaining yet.